to join me. We're on to part 5 now in our Chest of Memories series of videos, and in this video we're going to be looking at decorating our album. So you need to be thinking about what papers you're going to use. Now I used the Mechanical SeaWorld papers by Stamperia for my first one, but I thought I'm going to try different. I'm going to go a bit different. I'm going to still use Stamperia, but I'm going to go with the Imagine ones. I'm going to go with this one. I just love this paper and I've been dying to use it, so I thought this would be an ideal opportunity. Now we're going to do the two albums different, so they're not going to be the same. I was thinking about doing exactly the same albums, but I thought no, let's do two different ones. It just makes it a lot different. By all means you can make yours the same, it's entirely up to you. So for the first one we're going to follow the Under the Sea one. So we're going to follow this page layout that I've got done in this book. I just loved the page layout in this. I just thought it was really nice, so I thought we'd transfer that into the bigger album. So I'm going to be working showing you on cream, but I'm going to be doing the I'm going to be making them in black because it lends itself to my project. That's why I'm going to swap and change. Okay, we made up our pages in part 4, so if you want to check out how we made the pages, then head over to part 4. I've actually put this series of videos in a playlist called Chest of Memories, and I'll put the link up in that corner just there. Get a little tickle and click on that, and that will take you back to part 1, and you'll be able to view it from there. But part 4 is how we made the album and the pages. This is just more of a decorating and really adding our flips and flaps. So okay, so the order of our pages, I've got them in my order. So what you may want to do is just write on them what page they are going to be. So this is going to be page 1. So page 1, it's just the plain page without anything on the back, no pockets. So that's page 1. Page 2 is on obviously the back. Page 3 is plain on the front, but you've then got the pocket part on the back. So page 3, page 4. Page 5 is plain again. That's your that's your plain page. So page 5 is plain, page 6 is plain, and then page 7 and 8. So 7 is the plain side and 8 is the one with the pocket. Okay, so that way we'll know, we won't get them all confused. So what I've tried to tend to do is keep all our joins to on the back of our pages. Okay, so let me get my papers out. So I'm going to use the Imagine. I love this paper range. So let me open it out. I should have done this off camera. So this is by Stamperia, and it's a beautiful paper. It really is. So for our front we are going to use so we're going to do our front covers. Now they are going to measure, so we want a 6 3/8 by 6 3/8. Now if you want to round your edges, I haven't rounded these and I should have done, so I'm going to round them now. So I'm going to just go with a 1/4 inch rounder, but obviously you can go higher or lower if my hands will allow me to punch. One. And then just where I've got the chipboard here, I'll just go over with a permanent black marker, and that will cover that all in, and you won't even know that it's not been there. There we go. Okay. So because I've then rounded the edges, you will need to round the corners of your paper, but you will only need to round them on 2 sides, okay, like so. Then that fits on there nicely. Now I'm going to ink my edges before I stick them down, and I'm going to go with ground espresso, I think, today. Now because this is quite I would call this quite vintage, shabby chic, I'm going to ink my edges rather than use my pen, because I want to have that distressed look along the sides. I like that distressed look. So we can go ahead and stick that in. So the glue I'm using is, as always, either Cosmic Shimmer or Pin Flare, but today the Cosmic Shimmer seems like it's behaving, and I've got a nice clear spout. And that's it. I can go ahead and stick the first piece down. Oh, that's so satisfying when you stick the first piece in. Like so. I love it. There we go. Give it a good burnish down. Okay. Okay, turn it that way. And then we can go ahead and stick this one in. I think I spoke too soon about the nozzle on my glue. Okay, stick that bit down. A good burnish. Okay. So next we need to make up, it's like a little pocket holder, so we're going to make this up here. Okay, so I'll make it in cream to show you, but then I'm going to put it in black. So work with this first. So you'll need to do 2 of these. So the measurements that we're going to need are 8 inches, so you want to do, doesn't matter which way you do it. So 8 inches by 6 inches. Okay, and you'll need 2 of these. Let's bring our scoreboard in. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to score a 1/2 inch around each side. So score in 1/2 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then with the long side butted up to the top of your scoreboard, you want to find your 2.5 inch score and then score that down. Okay, like so. So hopefully you can see all them score lines. It's looking good. Where I've drawn the pencil lines, that's my score lines. Okay, so what we want to do is the one that we've done at 2.5, we need to cut in at an angle up to the point, and then the other side of that score line cut into a point as well, so you've created like a V. Do exactly the same on the other side to create your V. And then we need to chop the corners off. So where the two lines meet, chop off to that point on every corner. Okay, like so. Then we need to score our lines, so bring in your scoring tool and then just crease those lines and burnish them so they're nice and sharp. There we go, and along this side so they're nice and sharp. Okay. So this is going to be the back and then this is going to be the front. So the bottom bit here that you've scored, you're going to bring those tabs around to the front. Okay, so it's going to look like that. So that then is going to make your pocket. So you need to put double-sided tape on top of the side and underneath the top. Okay, so I'll bring my one in. And we can see. So on the back we're going to put double-sided tape on the outside of the glue tabs, apart from the top one, I beg your pardon, apart from the top one. So on the outside of the two on the side and on the inside of the top glue tab, because that's going to be folded over and stuck down. It just gives a nice neat edge. Okay, so do the same on the bottom. So glue your double-sided tape on the outside of the tabs and then on the inside of the tab, like so. So we'll stick the inside one down first. I always forget, burnish the school tape. Okay. Take them off, turn that over to give you that nice crisp edge. Okay, and then that's going to fold up onto there. Then that is going to give us a nice pocket to put our tags in. But I'm going to round all my edges here to make it so that it's all relatively the same all the way around. Like so, that one needs doing again. There we go, I think. There we go. Right, so to stick it into our book, so put a strip down the bottom of the big one down here. That's going to stop anything falling out. Okay, finish that bit down and take that bit off, and then the two sides like so. There we go. And then you can stick it anywhere you want. Now I'm going to go possibly about the middle, like that, and then stick it down. Okay, give it a good burnish so that you know that it's stuck. And that then gives you a pocket at the top here, nice big pocket there, and then you've got a pocket here. So before we glue this one down, we're just going to put our pattern paper onto this side. We do our pattern paper at 3 3/4 by 5 7/8. So then that's going to fit on there. Round your corners and ink your edges. Remember, you just need to do the top two corners. Okay, make sure that's nice, excellent. Let's stick it down. been not very good. Okay, get the same distance all the way around, like so. Then you can go ahead and stick your side tabs down. Like so, give it a burnish. And then you've got a pocket at the top and then a pocket here. So a nice big pocket there. You get maybe 2 different tags in there. So now we need to do the bottom bit. Now you may, hopefully, right, so the little bit that I cut off the bottom here is going to actually fit along the bottom part of your pocket piece. So, and it does then look a little bit like it's carrying on. So round your edges again. So that's good, you don't need to then cut an extra piece. Then is that bit done, and then as I say, we can get a pocket in, a photo mat in there like so, and quite a big one as well, so that's quite good. And it goes right down to the bottom, so that's a handy one. And then you've got one here as well, which is a nice size, so that's good. And then you can go and obviously embellish it however you want. Then I might put some lace on here later on. So we're going to do exactly the same on the back page. Okay, now I've got my demo piece back so that we can see what we're doing. Now we need to put our pages in. So how I've got them, I'm going to put them in from back to front. So I've got my page, my end page facing upwards, okay, with all the joins down. So all the smooth sides are facing up, okay, and that's how we put them in. So my back page was the one that's going to have the pocket, but the pocket is going to be facing the back of the album. So you can put double-sided tape. Now I would suggest don't put your tape right near to the actual score line because you don't want to see it. So towards the top edge as near as you can, and you're going to just do it, yes, you're going to do it on both sides. So on the both sides, like so. Let's just chop that bit off. Now burnish that down and take off your double-sided tape. Take off the double-sided tape. Okay, and then make sure you've got your pockets the right way. So you've got the 2 openings. Well, you can only put it the one way. But as I say, make sure you've got it exactly where you want it. So I'm going to move my extra pages out so that you can see a little bit better what I'm trying to do. So the pocket or page is going to go in between the hinge, so that the pocket's going to sandwich the hinge. Okay, so you just slide it on. You don't want to go past that score line, okay? You want to kind of keep it fairly neutral to that score line.
I'm on it.
Try and make sure you've got your gaps at the front and at the top and the bottom, because you want that as straight as possible, otherwise your pages will go in all skew whiff. We don't want that. Okay, so I think mine is a little bit, that's possibly a little bit better. Let me just take that top bit off. I stuck that down way before I needed to. Okay, and just when you've got it correct, just burnish that down, because this one now we're going to follow this one with all of the other pages. So that's page 1. Page 2 was your page that had nothing on it. It was just a blank page. Then do the same. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, that off and that off. And again, let's line this up. So line it up with the page underneath so that it's nice and level. Okay, and then when you're happy, commit and stick it down. Okay, so I'm going to commit and stick that down. Okay, burnish both sides. Okay, coming on to your page 3, and exactly the same. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay, so just moving that, bending that over a little bit so I can stick this in, and line it up with the page underneath. Okay, and then burnish down. So that's page 3. Then our last page. Like so. Just a tiny bit stuck on there. Does it happen? There we go. Okay, then our last page just goes on. Again, just lining it up with the page underneath. I'm going with my bottom edge, making sure that's nice and level, and then burnish that down. Then you should have your pages all level, and that's quite good actually. So they're quite level. I did quite a good job on that, if I say so myself. So that means we've also got a pocket then in the top that we can put some extra bits in as well. If I can flip that open like that, so we can put some photo mats in there. Right, so we're going to make up page 1 now. So page 1 is going to look a little bit like this here. So we've got a vertical belly band as such, two horizontal belly bands that go across, and then you've got some tags here that are going to be sandwiched in between that belly band. I've also got some lace and a buckle here. So you can use any embellishments you like. I'm going to do something very similar to that again, but I need to put the lace on when we put the belly bands on, because it all glues together. So what we're going to do first is the page. So we're going to layer the page up. So you'll need your pattern paper, and these are the measurements for your pattern paper. So it will be 6 1/8 by 5 5/8. So 6 1/8 is long ways, and the 5 5/8 is going across. So you'll need to round your corners. I haven't rounded my page corners yet, so I'm going to do that now. So remember, just double check you've got the right the correct width. So I'm doing the 1/4 inch. Probably would have been easier to have done this before I stuck them in the books, but it's better to remember now than once I've got everything stuck in. Last one. There we are. Now, I don't know if you noticed, you probably have, you eagle-eyed viewers, I've got 2 different colour blacks. It's very, very noticeable on screen. That is because I've run out of, I bought the same card stock from the same seller, and I've got 2 different colours, so it must just be on a run. It's just unfortunate. But once I've got it covered, I'm hoping that you're not going to see it too much, and I don't think you will. I think it kind of hides it, so it's not going to be too bad. So that's why I kind of put it in. So do the corners on, just 2 of your corners on your card, and if you are doing your inky edges, do that now. Now, as it's very warm here today, we seem to be having like an Indian summer, with it being very warm tonight. So I'm kind of melting. So we're going to glue that one on like that. Okay. It's starting to look like a book now. So once we've done that, right, okay, yeah, we can do that. So now we need to cut another piece of cardstock in, obviously, your chosen cardstock, and this needs to measure 5 7/8 by 2 3/4. Okay, in your chosen cardstock, and that should fit on our page like so. So round the edges, because I think that would look nicer. Oh, that one didn't do very well. Get with the program tomorrow. There. Okay, so that's that there. Okay, the next one's going to be the little stripes that go across. So we're going to need 2 of these. And you need to cut your cardstock at 6 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. So, okay, so that's 2 of those. Sorry, I was very quiet then. I will edit that little bit out. So once you've cut these out, you need to score these at 1/2 inch either side. So you need to do both of them. Like so. So once you've got them in, once you've done those, we can then work on our pattern paper, whatever we're going to decide to use. So I'm just going to bring my trimmer in, and I might use the back of this sheet of the same of that, but just the back. For the belly band, you need to cut it at 5 3/4 by 2 5/8. So the little bands that go around, I'm just seeing, so this is the little part that I cut off, but you need to cut your strips. You need 2 of these at 3/4 of an inch by, let me just turn those over, by 5 5/8. Okay, so 5 5/8. Considering I've got these ones here, I'm just going to use this piece of paper, and that saves me having to cut another piece, and I can use the back of those so it kind of all matches in. So get them out of the way, bring in our book. Okay, and our bands. So for the bands, because when we scored them, we've created ourselves some little glue tabs. So I'm just going to use some double-sided tape to stick them into place. So put double-sided tape on the inside of the glue tab. So that's, and then on the outside on one. So inside on one glue tab, outside on the other. Okay, because the inside one is going to fit into our pocket that's on the top. Okay, that will hide that then. So get it into place where you want it, and you may be better actually. No, you'll be okay. So let's work that out. So you want to try and give as much as possible. So we're going to push that in and firm it down, and then pull that across. Just give that crease another tiny bit of a score. Right, I'm not actually going to glue that down just yet because I want to put my pattern paper on and also my ribbon that I'm going to put on. So I'm just literally getting this sort of ready. So the inside tab goes into the pocket. Okay, let's get that about the same level. So that needs to come down a bit more to about there, and firm in place. Lovely. So just wanted a tiny bit showing. Okay, because then this here is going to be our pocket. Okay, so open them out. Let's put our, right, let's give our edges the ink. Like so. And we can glue this bit on then. I do apologise if you can hear again my animals not wanting to sit down in your bed. Yes, you being little cheeky monkeys. Yes. Let's put these on there, just like so. Don't worry about any glue spillage because you can just rub that off. There we are. So that's one bit done. Now the next one. Get that on. Push that up. Like so. Okay, then that's the next one on. So it's starting to come together now, this little book page. So I've got two sorts here. I think I may go with the scalloped one on this one. I think this one looks quite a bit more in with all than there's this one. I don't know. What do we think? Let's get the this pattern paper on first, and then maybe we can have a little look-see from there. So let's round the corners. Okay, so let's get this bit on, like so. Right, so that's coming together. That's looking really nice. I'm really pleased with this so far. This looks really nice. So we need then to decide what we're going to have. Nope, I think it may have to be this one. I think that one looks a lot better. So I've had this for a little while now. So I don't think these are supposed to be, I think they're brads, to be honest, but I use them as buckles. So we've got that one, or we could have a heart or an oval. Oval one might be nice. That goes that way. Let's go ovally. So we can, maybe if you wanted to, you could colour this in the different colours. Actually, let's have a go. So let's have a go at putting some embossing powder over these metal brads, just to change the colour. Now, I did have a bit of an accident, but what I'll do is I'll put that at the end of the video. It was something that I tried that didn't work out, and I like to put in things to show that you can make mistakes, and this is how you rectify them. So that will be at the end of the video. So what I've done with this one is I got out some more embossing powder, but a different brand, and this one is the Seth Apter's Patina Oxide, and it's like a lovely green colour with some little gold flakes in them. I don't know if you can see that on the camera now. If I just twist it a little bit, you may just see them glimmering. It was very hard to get an actual true picture of it. So what I did was I'm going to take another one here and we'll show you what I did. So I've this one is just a plain metal, and I'm going to use the Clear Mark embossing pad from Tonic, the Nouveau one. Very good. Sorry, mine is really, really grubby. And all I'm going to do is just dab and push that metal into the embossing pad. Make sure that it's coated all the way around it, and you will see, because it will glisten a little bit. So with this embossing powder, because there's two different types in there. There's a thin embossing powder, and then there's a thick chunky gold. So I'm just rolling this in my hands just to shake up that embossing powder so that I get a nice even coverage. I don't like to shake it because you sometimes don't get, it doesn't mix it properly, and rolling it makes it a lot better. So I'm just tapping this over the embossing, the sticky embossing pad, and just making sure that I've got all the embossing powder coated onto that brad. And there, I just had a little bit of something stuck that I didn't want there. These are quite good, these brads, come ribbon buckles, because they have actually got the little legs on the bottom. So I'm just going to heat emboss this now, but I'm just going to move everything out the way, because you can, if you're heating it and you don't realise it's there, the embossing powder will go everywhere. And yes, it is from experience. I have done that. So I'm just going to get a mat. No, I'm not. Right. Here's the my heat gun. I'm just heating that up. Now, I do apologise, I haven't got any sound for the heat gun because it was so hot in my craft room that I had my fan on and I didn't realise how noisy my fan was. What it looks like. Isn't that cool? So that's just a bit of an impromptu embossing technique for you. Okay, this and our ribbon. So I'm just going to chop a little bit of this ribbon off, like so. Okay, I've probably chopped off way too much, but I'd rather have way too much than not enough. So we're going to make sure that it comes off the sides. Get these scissors again, and like so. Okay, move these back so they're out of our way. Okay, we can go ahead and stick this down now. So remember, just stick the top, okay? You don't need to stick anywhere else, so it's just the top. So if you wanted to use your double-sided tape, you could do. So again, just the top parts here. That's all that's going to be stuck. Okay, like so. And like so. Oh, a bit of glue seepage there. Okay, so we've still got our little hole in there for our tags, and this you may need to just lift this up. That's possibly why I didn't stick that down, because that needs to go underneath, doesn't it? Yeah, so okay, we've got to work quick now. So is that our piece? So that's our piece. So we need to put our ring on that we've got. I'll just lift those edges up. That's what I did. So let's just clamp that in together, so we get that somewhere where I want it, which is about there, and then we can clamp these together. You may have some ribbon sliders, you may have a die that cuts out a ribbon slider, but I just wanted to use some of my metal embellishments that I've got. Now I may also stick that down. I may put a little bit of glue just on the backs there to keep that stuck down. Like so. Right, let's get our double-sided tape along here. We're going to put it along the strip and along this strip, because I want it to clamp hold of that ribbon. So I'm going to take the back off very carefully, position this where I want it to be. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's not taut, because I'll make that taut as we stick it down, like so, and then stick. Okay, take this tape off here and just put that underneath, tuck that underneath the belly band that's there, but make sure you have it straight. Okay, I don't think I've got that. There we go, straight, there we are. So the push, just burnish that all the way down so it sticks. then you've got a nice sort of anchor then to be able to pull your, and I'm not too happy with this belly band, this ribbon slider, it's not working. There, I think that might be it. What I'll do is I will put some double-sided tape underneath that. Actually, let's do that now. Double-sided, or shall we have, let me try some, if I can find it, Fabri-Tac. That might help. Just going to stick this in. If you've got an all-purpose glue, that will work, but I just want to stick this down to the paper, but I don't really want to see the glue. And Fabri-Tac, obviously it says it is what it is, it sticks to anything. So holding that down and using your other hand, if you can, using a pokey tool, let's pull that across like so, making sure you've got it nice and straight. There, stay down. Okay, got that straight. I think. Stick that bit down, take your tab off. Hopefully this is not stuck, and I think it has. This is what not to do, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, there we go. I can get it just in that little gap there. There. Then that should be, in a moment when that starts to stick. So that's near enough our first page done. So I'm just going to chop off this excess ribbon like so, and that excess part there, so that it's just coming over the edge. So the only other thing we can put, you can put some string beads along here, which might look quite nice. That might look very nice, and I've got enough gaps, see, between, so that I can put these on. So that looks quite nice with a bit of string beads. So let's put some of those on. Like so. So this is now looking really good. We've got some nice bit of embellishment going on. So let's now do our little tags to go inside. So I would have a tag that is 5 inches by 3.5. And then maybe have one at 4 3/4 by 3.5, and that gives us 2 different sizes of tag. And then they will, open that up, fit in there like so. Okay, so we're getting there. So let's round our corners first of all. Now I'm going to use, I keep saying this so we don't forget, the 1/4 inch rounder. Okay, so that's 1. This is 2. Now I'm going to put, what I'm going to do first of all is cut out the pattern paper and then do the hole afterwards. So let me move that out of the way. bring our paper in. Now because these are tags, we'd maybe want sort of a tag image to go on here. That's quite nice on there as well, isn't it? Just chop that bit off. So around the edges, like so, and ink, ink, ink. Okay, now we put the glue on. Glue, and we can stick this in place. Yeah, and I'm going to do the background as well, so the other side. So on the other side here I'm going to put just some plain card, or just some, it's quite thin card, just to give somewhere to put some writing. So that would be 4 7/8 by 3 3/8. Okay, so then we can round the edges. And because this is white, I'm not going to ink the edges. I'm just going to leave that pristine white. Okay, glue. On the back. Now I said we were going to leave our tags till last, but because these ones lend themselves to having an image on, or a focal point, I wanted to put these ones out first. Well, or the top one for sure. So bring in my tag hole puncher thingy that I have, and then I can line this up and hopefully get the hole in the right space, so, or near to it. So let's do it there. Okay, punch down, and that should be near enough in the center. Okay, so that can go in our little belly band holder there. Bring in the corner rounder again, not the corner rounder, the tag puncher, and line this up to as near as you can. about there. Punch down. Okay, then that's going to go in like so. Okay, we'll put some nice string on those in a minute. But that is our page 1 done. So I think we're going to leave that here at page 1. Please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, thank you very much for supporting me. If you hit that notification bell that will be here somewhere, that will give you, that will send an email straight to your inbox every time I upload a video. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. I do Pinterest as well, a blog now and again, but mainly Facebook and Instagram. I also have starting up a brand new group called Memories Paper Art. Come along and join that. It's lots of like-minded crafters that love to just talk about crafts all day. So yeah, and lots of techniques and things like that. It's only starting out, so we are a small group at the moment, but lots more people join. It's going to be an amazing group, even more amazing than what it is now. Anyway, I've waffled on too long. Thank you again for supporting me, and I will see you on the next one. Bye! Okay, so I thought we'd this is all on the hoof now. I didn't plan to do this, but let's give it a go and see what it looks like. So I've got some clear embossing dabber from Ranger, and I've got some of the new Distress embossing glaze. Now I'm not sure what colour to go for. I've got the speckled egg, but I've also got this this one is broken china. I think that one, although I really like it and it would stand out, I don't know if that's too in your face. I think possibly the speckled egg would be the best one. So these are this new, I've not even opened them. So let's open them and find out what they do. This is the sort of crafting that happens because you might be doing something and then you'll think, oh, let's have a go at that. And that's how well, that's how mistakes are made, but we learn by our mistakes, don't we? And in my world, as I always say, no crafting accident or mistake it's always a happy one. Ooh, so let's have a dab. So I'm just going to dab on the metal. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm hoping it will, because I think it would look really nice. You could also, I suppose, use paint, or if you've got alcohol inks, they would work as well. But I thought I'd give this a try and see. You never know. If it doesn't work, then I won't put it in the video. Or I might put it at the end. So take off that protective seal. Off you come. And then I'm just going to pour this over. Hopefully it will work all over my fingers. So may have to do it a couple of times to get it covered, but let's have a go. Let me get a mat, so I don't want to ruin my table. And I have one somewhere, just a small one. Let's put that over that bit there. There we go. And hopefully it will be okay. So grab this. Right. Do apologise if you can hear my fan in the background. I might actually just turn that off. I'm I'm sorry, I didn't realise it was on. I'd put it on for a little bit. Okay, so let me get a pair of tweezers. Bring that camera down, and then you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to give it another dab of the embossing dabber. Dab that on. Okay. I'm going to hold the end and just put it into that bit of I think that is enough. That's getting there, I think. Another couple of dabs, and I think that could be it. Okay. Hopefully that is. I don't know, what do you think? I think it looks quite yummy, actually. I quite like it being all pitted like that. Let's see what it looks like once I get it onto the ribbon. Let's put this back in here. Right, I'm not too sure. It looks rather cool though, I have to say. Let's have a look what it looks like when we get it on the ribbon. So, I'm using this one, and I'll just see if it comes off the side. I think it's the side that I'm not too keen on because it's a bit bubbly. There we are. Let's have a look. Okay. No, look, see, it just comes off. Okay, scrap that.